Hello everyone. Today I am in Tilgate forest. And I'm gonna talk about a little bit of my bicycle and about the new model of the same bicycle that I have, for who is interested to know a little bit about this bicycle. So my bicycle is a electric Carrera Vulcan and is a 2017 model, and now they have 2020 model. So I had this bike for 2 years, and I cycled to work, and I did use it on the last 2 winters. So even when it's raining, I would ride it. I would still ride it to work in the rain, and believe me, it was a few times that was really raining hard. And this bicycle, in all this time that I had, the only thing that I had to replace was the rear tire. So everything else is still the original, apart from the grips that I changed, but not because it was broken, because it was my choice, and the pedals as well. It's a good bicycle. It's very well, you can do anything with her, more or less, apart from jumps and stuff, because it doesn't have the suspension for it. Is one thing that this bicycle have, one bad thing, and most of you already know that it cuts out sometimes, and this one does as well. But I got used to it, so when it happens to me, I don't even stop. I keep pedaling with the battery switch off for a minute, more or less, and then I put it back on and it's fine again. But it's really annoying when it's happened. And in these 2 years I only had one flat. And it's not because the bicycle is good or nothing like that. I just been lucky. I know some people have 2 flats a month. So I have 3,000 miles on this bicycle so far. I ride it to work, but my work is just 10 minutes away. It's just 1.5 miles away. So even when I ride to work every day, I don't put the miles in because it's so close. And that's it. So the new one, the 2020 model, is actually very similar to this one. It has the same motor, the same display, the same brakes, the same rims, the same chain. The only thing is new is the frame, and it has one difference in a motor. It's the same motor, but they how do I say it? They lower down the settings, so when you go up hills, it's not as good as this one. This one, the motor helps more on the hills than the other one, than the new one. But what you get in return is you get more miles on a battery charge. This one is about 60 miles. The new one is 80 miles with the same size battery, same motor. The difference is I came in the wrong way. The motor has been dialed down, that's why it doesn't use as much battery, and it doesn't cut out like this one. So between the two, even that this bicycle cuts out, I still prefer this one. And the reason why, I saw some videos with the people who has it, the new one, and they were going uphill, off-road, and the motor just stopped assisting. Something that never happened with this one. But this bicycles with this price is around £1,000. They're never gonna be perfect. But they're not gonna be a bad buy, because I have this one for 2 years. And it cuts out and stuff, but I learned how to deal with it. And in 2 years after I got it, I just bought a new tire. I didn't have to spend any more money on it, fixing things and stuff. So they are good bicycles. But you have to look after them. You have to clean it often. And the most important thing, you have to keep the chain clean. If you keep the chain clean, you're never gonna have problems with gears. That's the, it's all right. That's the most important thing you can look after on a bicycle is 50% where you get the problems from is the gearing and the chain. If you keep it clean, you're not gonna have much problems there. And that's one of the things that I see lots of people on bicycles, and they actually have, some of them, they are on nice bicycles, but the chains is black and dirty. They don't look after. Oh, gotta go this way. It rained last night, so it's gonna be a little bit muddy. Thank you. It's very windy today as well. So for most of us that we want a bicycle to go on a rides, like normal rides, a little bit off-road like this, nice and smooth, go on roads. If you're not gonna do jumps and technical trails, yeah, a bicycle around this price, £1,000 to 1,500, is a bicycle you can get it that is gonna last you a few years. So you don't really need an expensive bike, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 pounds to do this kind of stuff. Of course, it's nice to have a nicer bike. Having a 5,000 pound bike is like owning a Ferrari. But think it like this: if you're not gonna do jumps, if you're not gonna go on hard surface, you don't really need a bike like that. Plus, when you need to replace something on that bike, is very, very expensive compared to this bike. Do you know, if you want to change the cassette on a 5,000 pound bicycle, how much is gonna cost you? Minimum 150 pounds. They are between 150, they start from 150 to 300 pounds. With this one, I can get a cassette for 20 pounds. Plus, you get a 5,000 pound bicycle that you're not gonna even use it on where she was built to run, on jumps and stuff. With the same money, you can buy 3 or 4 bicycles like this one. I'm not saying don't buy a nice bike if you can afford it, yeah. What I'm saying is, for the people who cannot afford it, you don't really need it, because 1,000 pounds bicycle is gonna make you happy. This one, I'm happy with this one. I got addicted riding an electric bicycle when I got it. Well, guess what? Whoa. 2 years later, I'm still addicted. If I don't fall down like it nearly happened there. I don't do jumps. I don't even know how to do it. And I don't want to try, I don't want to start because I know I'm gonna hurt myself. So hopefully this bike is gonna last me another few years. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna see what this bicycle can do off-road a little bit. There's too many people walking here, so it's dangerous to go fast. Slow down. Slow down. There's too many people walking here. Oh, it's an electric bicycle over there. That's 800 pounds bicycle, 799 from Decathlon. And it has full suspension, that one, not this one.
Right.
And one thing, after 2 years, that I can see the wear out is the battery. It doesn't last like before. So the range now on battery, it was around 60 miles when it came new. After 2 years, let's forget the 2 years, after 3,000 miles, let's say, maybe it's lasting 35, 40 miles now. but I already got a spare one, a new one. And they are bloody expensive, £400 for a spare battery. So the one I have in a moment is the original one that came with the bicycle. The newer one that I got 6 months ago is in a house. So I use one on the bicycle, I charge the other one, and I keep changing like that. But when I have the other one, I can see I can ride further. Yeah. So guys, if you're thinking about buying an electric bicycle, and of course you don't want to spend that much money to get a nice one, you can get around £1,000 ones, because they still do the job. They still you still will have it for a few years. Well, there's always somebody that is unlucky, that is gonna get one, that is gonna have problems from the beginning, but this happens with the expensive ones as well. Mine cuts out, and I learned how to deal with it. It was a time that I was thinking selling to get another one. But then I realized, well, it cuts out, I'll put it back on again. I was on a high gear, and I was crossing the road, and it was a car coming, and the motor cut off when I was just starting to cross the road. And then I had all this weight because the bicycle is very heavy. And I just wanted to get out of the way because I was in the middle of the road, the car was coming, and I got a little bit of a scare there, and I was thinking, well, if this happens again, that's it. I will get rid of her, but I didn't. So this is the bicycle, still looks brand new after 2 years. Yeah. Okay guys, that's it. I'll see you next time.